Okay, what we have here is a four-part money word problem. The first part of this problem says Fred went to the store to buy the card game Uno. The card game costs $2.36. Circle the bills and coins Fred can use to pay for his new card game. The first thing I'm going to do is circle $2 bills because he'll need $2 bills to pay for the card game. Then I'm going to circle 3 dimes. One nickel, and 1 penny. I'm going to go back through my work just to make sure I have $2.36 circled. I'm going to move on to the second part of the problem. It says Fred decided to give the cashier $3 to pay for the new Uno game. How much change should Fred receive? Show your work. I'm going to set up a subtraction problem that says $3 minus $2.36. Before I go through my subtraction problem, I'm going to make sure that my decimal points are lined up. Then I'm going to start over in the ones place, and I'm going to need to regroup. I got the difference, which is 64 cents, and that's the change that Fred should receive from the cashier. I'm going to take that value and move on to the third part of the word problem that says circle the coins that Fred would receive from the cashier as change. I know the change is 64 cents, so I'm going to circle 2 quarters, 1 dime, and 4 pennies. Once again, I'm going to go back and double check that I have 64 cents circled. Okay, then I'm going to move on to the final part of this word problem, that's explain. To do the explain part, I'm going to use the strategy first, next, then last. Okay, the first sentence I'm using the sentence starter first. And first I set up the subtraction problem, $3 minus $2.36, which you can see in part 2 of the word problem. For my next sentence, I'm going to start it off with a sentence starter next. Next, I found out the difference was 64 cents, and that's also shown in part 2 of the word problem. For the next sentence, I'm going to use the sentence starter then. Then I figured out what coins the cashier would use, and that's shown in step 3. And finally, which is the last sentence starter, finally, I selected 2 quarters, 1 dime, and 4 pennies, and that equaled 64 cents. That's the change Fred would receive from the cashier.